Hi guys, welcome back. Today we'll be looking at another software called CreateStudio. So let's get started. Let me start the software. CreateStudio is very similar to other whiteboard and marketing tools, but CreateStudio has a lot more features. They are not just specific to whiteboarding or character animation. It can do a lot more than that. Today we'll be looking at the basic overview. In future I'll create very specific tutorials for specific features. Okay, let's get started. The first thing you'll see when you start CreateStudio is the welcome interface, where if you already created projects, they should show the recent projects will show up here. If you want to learn more about the tool, the software, you can go and check the tutorials. You can join the Facebook group to get support from other CreateStudio users. In the right corner you see the icon, your avatar, that gives you access to your account, the updates, support, and if you want to log out, you can log out. So let's see what account does. It lets you enter the license code, change the password, and if you have video integration, you can enter that information. Updates will give you all the latest bug fixes, changes, or the features added. Support is reaching out to the support, opens a web page. And logout is to log out. Okay, so on the home page we have the welcome page. Then next is the templates. Templates are pre-created videos that you can just drag drop, that you can use it and then make necessary changes to fit your needs. So they have different categories. Character explainers are the explaining characters where they try to introduce a product or a concept. So if you click on one of these templates, it will preview, and if you like what you see, then you can use that particular template and start making your own videos. Not all are free, some are free and some are club only. So if you see anything that has a club only, that means you need to upgrade, only then they are available. So let me show you an example. I'm clicking on this. There you go. So if I want to use this template, all I have to do is select this video and click on the use template, and the video will be available for you to edit and make changes. Similarly, we have more such categories when you can go check each one of them. Devices are to show you the computer or a TV or a phone interface. Facebook and Instagram, the videos are more square shaped, so that it can fit your Instagram and then can be pushed to Facebook. Facebook covers, again this is the cover page for your Facebook, so on so forth. So you'll have a whole bunch of templates that you can start. So today in our example, let's take a Facebook and Instagram. So I'm just taking, I would like to use this particular template where we're just introducing the person, right? So just click on it. Also notice there is a mute button. So generally what happens is when you click on any one of those templates, the audio starts playing. If you don't want the audio, you can always mute it and select. So I want to use this template, so what I do is click on the use template. If it's not already downloaded, it will download and your project shows up. Let's look at the interface. On the left side you have the project media. where if you upload or you can drag and drop any one of the contents from your own collection, they appear here. So that's the media section. If you go to Studio, these have all predefined or some of the media that's already available that comes through your software is. So if you click on each of the categories, they have subcategories. So in this case I clicked on scenes. I have 3D characters, I have elegant, I have supreme. When I click on 3D characters, then you have a whole bunch of 3D characters that you can use. If you notice, not all are available to me, so depending on the type of membership you have, they are available. Elegant, again I don't have all. Supreme, I don't have also. And the good thing I liked is when you go to one of those templates, you can see an example, the preview video. It makes it easy for you to decide which one to choose. Similarly, we have characters. Same, depending on your access, you have access to all the characters or only some of them, and each one of them, as you move your mouse, you will see a preview. So you can click around and see transitions, titles, backgrounds, icons, etc. So that's with the Studio. Media in Studio gives you all the images. You can create new folders. You can get the media library. So we'll see what media library is in a second. Then we have a text to speech. So if you have a text, this is a new feature added. I can type in a text and I can select which voice to use. I can select that. I can type in a text, select the language, select the voice, and the software does a pretty decent job generating the audio for the text. So this is one feature I really like it. This was a recent addition. The next one is the media library. A media library is where it allows you to download images, videos and audio from one of those free websites, Pexels or Pixabay. So, and again they are in different categories. You can select any category or you can go and search. And it gives you the results. So if you don't find it in Pixels, you can always go to Pixabay and get the results. Audio is where you can search and get your audio downloaded for your projects. So even when you go to audio category, you can see there are different subcategories: Christmas, cinematic, corporate, dance, sound effects, etc. So that's with your media library. Okay, so in the center is your canvas. This is where your video will appear and it shows you the look and feel of your final product. Right above it we have the zoom capabilities, so you can make your videos, you can zoom in or zoom out. You can also go to the intersection between the timeline at the bottom and the canvas, and you can drag and drop to change the zoom settings accordingly. Text is where you can enter your own text. So once you select the text, on the right side you will see the settings. Settings gives you the fonts that you can change. They have some predefined examples. If you like, you can just use them. If not, you can use the drop down and select any font that you have on your system. Go back, then they have a motion. So that's with the font, and then once you select the font, you can change the size. You can change the space between the characters. So if I, instead of 10, if I make it 70 or 100, so that the space between the characters starts to increase. Then the line is, if you have multiple lines, for instance let's say your text, then this will increase the line the space between the text. So that's with the spacing. Color changes the color of your text. You can pick any color. So that's the solid color, and if you see there is a linear gradient option. If you select, you can decide to pick two different colors. So in this case I want one pink, the second one I want, let's say, green, and your text, if you notice, they will automatically change. And using this you can control how much primary color or the secondary color, or how much the first color or the second color you want, and which direction you want them to go, like that. And this is a linear gradient, which means it's more of a straight line, and you can always go to a radial gradient, which is more of a circular in shape. So I don't know if you can notice, but if you see, the color change is more circular than a straight. Like if you see the orange, it's more kind of circular. So that's the primary difference. So that's with the colors. Next, scale is the size, and rotation is how, if you want to rotate your text. This can be done in two ways. Either you can, in fact three ways. You can change, put a number, or drag and drop, or you can use this handle and then you can change it in whatever direction you want. So those are three options. Also the size, you can use these corners to increase or decrease the size of your text. The X and Y is the position, so the easy way would be just to move around, or you can change based on the number. A situation where I might use X and Y is if I have multiple text on multiple different places of the video, and I want them to all of them to be in this exact same location, then I can just copy these numbers and paste it. Okay. Also, if you notice, when I start slowly dragging, you see those lines. These guidelines help you align your text. So some are in the middle and some are on the corner. So if I slowly start dragging up and down, I will find a spot where it might be exactly in the middle, and I can leave it. So I know this text is in the exact center of my entire video frame. The easy way to do this is, on the top you have the alignment buttons. So if I click on this, the text goes to the left side of the frame, the center of the frame, the right, then this is on the vertical, the top, the middle, and the bottom. So if I select this and this, they are in the middle. So center and middle, make sure it comes in the middle. So that's with the settings. Next is motion. So you can give an pre-built animation to the text. So right now when I play, the text just appears there, but if I want, I can make it slide. So when I select, you can see a sample of how the text is going to come. See that there. So we have a whole bunch, and this is in. So in is when the text is coming in, and out is when the text is going to leave. So as the video starts playing, the text comes in, and then once the portion, the duration is done, the text starts leaving. So that's with your animation. And in advanced, you can add some more features like borders. So pick a border color and the width of the border, etc. So there are so many options that you can change to meet your requirements. Next we have the shadow. So pick a color for the shadow, go back, see that shadow, and where you want the shadow to appear, versus in the x-axis and the y-axis. Skew is little distortion, like if you want to change the way your text gets stretched out, you can do that just to give slight effects, right? And you can always use Ctrl-Z to undo all the changes. So that's with your text. Let me delete that. Okay, so if I cannot delete for some reason, you can always come here, right click and delete that particular image or text. Next we have the images. So they have a whole bunch of icons and images that you can use. For instance, if I want, I can click the YouTube, it puts in there, and I can increase, decrease, move it wherever I want. I can still use these buttons to put it in the dead place. I can add animation. I can say, rotate in, rotate out. So it does that when I give an animation. Again, in advanced, you can create borders, shadows, etc. So let me delete that too. So that's with your canvas. Now let's look at the bottom. Here is where the timeline is. So any object, any text or images or videos that you have in your project, you will see one line for each one of them, and depending on where they appear, they take the precedence. So when I say precedence, if there is an overlap, the location of this decides which will be on the top and which will be at the bottom. On the left side you can see the track name, and each one you can have its own subtracks. So I'll explain what exactly they mean. Okay, using this control you will be able to see through and see what is happening at what time and how they are coming in, or you can just click on the play button and it starts playing the video. Okay, so let me quickly make changes to the existing video so we can understand how to do this. So okay, let me drag, and the first thing that comes out is the person. I want to change the face, so I click on that image and you can see there is a replace button, and on the timeline you can see replace pic comes here, which means this is the track on which this image exists. So to replace, I can just click on the replace button, but in this case I don't have any images. So what I'll do is I can go import and pick an image that I want to use. So let's quickly pick something. So I want to use this one. So once I import, all I have to do is select the image that I want to replace, click on the replace button, pick the new one. Instantly that image appears. Now I can increase, decrease, or move my text around. Similarly, I can go to the text, click on it twice, and then I can make it different. I can edit it. Same thing with this text, I can change it. Again, if you have a text and you don't like the color, if you want to make a change, you can change it to whatever you feel like. Get full control on that. Now let me seek and see what comes next. Okay, so around this point I have the Facebook, so I can click on this. So let me explain what's happening there. So when I click on the Facebook, if you see there are multiple tiny lines, it means they have been grouped into one single video. And if you see on the track, there is a blue line with two tiny triangles on the left top and the right bottom. So when you double click, each one of those is separated out, and you can see like Facebook is this track, and this is the logo. Twitter, this is my Instagram, this is my Instagram handle, Twitter icon, Twitter handle, etc. So if I want to change the Facebook, I click on that and I'll change my name, example. And in this case, if I don't have Twitter and Instagram, I can directly delete them, but I strongly recommend you just unhide by clicking on the icon on the left side. So unhide, 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 and unhide. And let me make it smaller just for the demo purpose. And once you're done, you can click on the main project here, and then it will go back to the previous state. I can keep moving, and if I like everything looks good, I'm good. If not, in this case, I want to remove the space between the Facebook icon and the Facebook link. So what I can do is double click, it opens up the group, click on my text, right, and then just move it close, and then I'm good. So when I go back to the main project, I play, everything looks good. I like what I see. I'm ready to export. Sorry, my bad, we just jumped into the zoom. So when everything is ready, I can save my project and I can publish. There's one more thing I wanted to show. There is a settings button right next to the save button. If you click on it, you will be able to change the resolution. You'll be able to change the project name. Right now it says template. I can change it to and then the background, if you want, you can change the background to whatever the color. In this case, we have this blue background, so I don't want to make any change. I can leave it there. And in advanced, you have auto save option, so I strongly recommend having this enabled so that your project is saved every minute. The color of the canvas, whether you want light, you can see that, or dark, suit your need. Guidelines are the lines that I was showing you. When you start moving, you see those lines, those are the guidelines. If you don't like it, you can go to the settings and remove it. Snapping is when you move your images, the snap, see that the snap in the right locations. If you like it, leave it there. If you don't, then again go back to the settings and make them off. So snapping, one is to the canvas, the second one is for the timeline. So this is the timeline. So if you see that, when I go to the end which aligns with the other, it automatically snaps. If you don't want that, you can make this off, right? So when everything is ready, you are ready to publish. Click on publish. Select the type of video, MP4 or WebM, only two formats supported. Pick a location where you want to save, give a file name, and then publish. So depending on the complexity, how big your video is, this will take a while. I quickly want to show you something. If I go to my task manager, you can see it uses your GPU for rendering the video. So that's a good thing, because your rendering would be much faster if you have a GPU, and if you have a compatible GPU, graphics processing unit, this software does take advantage of your GPU. So you're thinking my CPU is low, but my GPU is kicking in for the video encoding part. Once it's done, you can directly open the video file or open the folder. Click on that. It opens up in your Explorer, and I can play it. So that's all, guys. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of the software. In my next tutorial, I will go deeper into how to do the voice text to speech, or make sub projects like grouping objects together and making them into an animation object, and lot more. So see you then. Bye. Thank you.